Hello everyone, welcome back to 5WC. Today, right now, in this moment, we're gonna be watching probably a really interesting match overall between Sweden and Poland. Both rosters really strong. Maybe Poland this year compared to previous years a bit not as strong as some people would expect, but it's still nonetheless a really strong roster overall. And Sweden, kind of a nation on a rise. Each year they seem to have a bigger player base, more talented player base, and just overall more experience. More experience each year, which definitely puts them higher, like not only in the qualifiers, but like in every other bracket. The tournament I've seen them recently, and they're just a lot more strong than I remember them to be. It's gonna be interesting to see how these two teams fare off against each other. It's probably gonna be really close, or one team is just gonna absolutely dominate the other. I prefer the first one. I honestly just prefer that this match is gonna be really close, and I honestly think it's gonna be a lot closer than anything else. So yeah, getting into the protects, getting into the band, we're waiting to see which team protects which team bans each. While I'll just talk about a bit about the teams. Sweden's roster is formed by Mr. Nizel, Bolej, Mr. Roni, Sige, Tilan, Ugacin, Chelsea, and Zvisa, which are definitely a lot of names that most of you recognize if you've like played recent 5-digit tournaments. Then on the side of Team Poland, we have Bolfredi, Kortol, one of the hardest names to pronounce ever, which I'm just gonna butcher, so I'm rather just gonna skip. No offense. The claimed one, Objami, Artos, Kulubulu, and Kiori. So a lot of names more known in the 5-digit scene from Poland definitely missing, but still, as I said before, really strong team. Hello, Ixia.
I,
Just talked about a bit about the teams and how Poland seemed a lot weaker this year compared to previous years, especially missing more notable 5-digit Poland players. Have anything to add on to that, or
I just got here. I'm a little disorientated of the
okay?
DMs.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, we're still waiting for Protect bans. They haven't done anything yet, so on that aspect, we're good. There's not a lot to talk about there. So I'm just trying to maintain the yap levels up while the teams get ready to ban and pick. Okay, protected maps are in DT2 and Nomad 5. Uh, they are. As soon as I know for which team or which, I'll let you know. But for now, it's just DT2 and Nomad 5. I assume DT2 for Sweden and Nomad 5 for Poland? Question mark.
I think Noma 5 is for Poland. Just keeping that gimmick. The 8.5 AR, I think them for all the reading. I mean, you can already see on the stats board, reading just a little bit better for Sweden. I think the little bit of the technical, the fake control aspect that DT2 offers is just a little bit more better on the side of Sweden. So I think this is reasonable ban. Reasonable protect, but the bans, probably a hidden 2 comes out for Sweden. They probably just don't want to go through. They just probably just don't want to go through hidden 2, like just going through the AR8. I'm pretty sure it's not AR8. I think it is. That's AR8. It's the Emerald Age. Why do I map? So that's
Okay,
2 maps where it's just
confirm protects. We have confirmed protects now. DT2
that's
was
perfect.
by Poland actually, and Nomad 5 by Sweden. Other way around. So a bit of change of story of what we were talking about a bit, only a bit. we can also talk about the first ban from Team Sweden. They've banned Fremont 1, the more finger control speed pick out of the Fremont pool. Definitely a well-known song, one that has been heard many of times, especially considering it's one of the songs that has been used in OWC, especially this map set, although a lower difficulty.
Yeah, so with Poland protecting that DT2, I think the Sweden ban makes sense. Primo 1, staying rid of that. Hard Rock 3, I think this is the alt map? I don't think this is.
I think it's tech. I remember it because I've seen it in the previous match I've casted, which was Russia versus Finland, and yes, this is super hard tech, super intense finger control tech. Mostly just in general aim control tech is it's a really interesting map and definitely a lot more mechanical than anything else. So definitely understand why Poland would ban it, while Sweden then ends off their bans with Hard Rock 1.
Sixth 5WC. That's crazy. I don't even play the game back then. If this is a 6-1.
Sixth. That's, you need two hands to count that many. That many is 5WCs. That is a lot of 5WC. I don't even think I knew about tourneys when Siggy was playing his first 5WC. That's kind of crazy. That's a statistic. We need to know who has played the most 5WCs out of like every player that's still in 5WC.
They're still Siggy.
Probably, yeah, considering 6. I don't even know how many years 5WC has been. I think like around 6, right? More? I don't know. I literally don't remember. Last ban for Team Poland, the hidden one. So pretty much interesting bans. A lot of a mixture of things from Sweden. While Poland kind of just go more on the mechanical heavy bans, because I assume that their team is not as mechanically dominant as they were in previous years, so they just try to rely a lot more on the tapping, which I would expect to see a lot more tapping picks alongside that DT2, which they protected. But for Sweden, I can definitely see a lot of everything.
Taking a little while to get his pick. Oh wait.
They're taking their okay. Hidden 2 insta pick from Poland, so I say insta. It took a bit, but eventually we got there. You did mention it at the beginning, how they will probably go into Hidden 2.
Kind of like going off of stats from like the week that we had. Like if you look at Poland versus if you look at Poland versus Sweden on Hidden 2 for the qualifiers, they'll only be off by like 3 spots. No, 2 spots, with Poland just being better by only 20k or 30k. So this pick, if you're going off by like studying stats of the qualifier results, I don't think this is really decent. I mean, you look at the side of Sweden, they have really wonderful Hidden 2 low AR players like that. I mean, Poland still has Ball 3D to be able to play that. Excuse me, a Portal. I didn't realize the guy's still here, so that's good that he's still there.
He's still here, he's still kicking about. Same with Ball 3D. There's still a couple players from last year's Poland roster, but the main roster pretty much is just like the overall roster is definitely the one that has mostly changed from previous edition of 5WC, especially considering. Yup, it's not even because they're outside of the 5-digit range. A lot of them are still in 5-digit. They just I don't think they just I don't think they registered for the tournament. That's all.
No, it's PWS.
Oh yeah, also the way harsher BWS that pushed them out. Most probably.
Like one badge just gives you like the entire like giveaway for like this stuff. Okay. Yeah, Hidden 2, this map works like a consistency map. I don't think there's anything overlapping in this map. Compared to the Hidden 2 that we had in qualifiers, I'm pretty sure it's a little bit different. Not mechanically heavy, but this is a jump map, basically. This low AR Hidden 2 map, I think you're not going to see anything too reading heavy. If you have a standard understanding of how to read AR8, you'll do wonderful on this map. Some a little bit of weird triples, maybe. I think the flow on this is not that difficult. Nothing so hard in this map. It's just a consistent like Hidden 2 on a Noma 1, basically.
Well, for some people, it's probably gonna be a bit. Visa definitely not having the greatest of beginning as they are the first person to break. Kalubu also falling shortly, but Ugachin also finding a break really early on. Map is not that long, so finding early breaks like these is definitely gonna cost Sweden quite a bit, especially considering the FCs are really good accuracy compared to Sweden's, as we see another drop from Mr. Roni.
Great combos on the side of Poland. I mean, you still have this really great FC from Ball3D and Portal. Nothing on the side of Sweden. I mean, Sige with the only one comboing, and that's going to be a drop from him. Svisa, the only one with a really huge combo on the side of Sweden. So Poland really running away with this already. It is considered their pick, so this is really comfortable for them to be able to win this. But a landslide win like this is absolutely a statement on this Hidden 2. With studying the qualifier results not being only the factor, I think that's not going to be the factor that's going to determine this. It's just being a little bit more prepared on this Hidden 2. The jumps, a little bit of flow in these jumps are just a little bit more comfortable for Poland as they're just continuing to hold a little bit more. 400k in advantage, and we're already 2/3 in the way of the map, and that's going to be a really solid point for Poland as there is no combo on the side of Sweden.
Yeah, unfortunately they do drop all the FCs, so there's no more FCs on the side of Poland, but as soon as a FC was dropped, there was always somebody with even bigger combo for them to continue the streak of just having someone to hold for them a really good combo. So even though Ball3D and Quarter were the last two FCs to break, Declane managed to recover all that combo really nicely, even though they now find a break, and so does Cool. But look, Ball3D and Quirtle are there now, so there's always someone on Team Poland to pick up the combo where they left off. Really good, dominant first point for Poland. Definitely starting a lot better than Sweden. Sweden looking a lot more shaky, not that comfortable on this Hidden 2 at all, as the difference definitely showcases that, and the accuracy only speak volume as Poland so much more comfortable on this Hidden 2 than what Sweden was.
Yeah, Sweden just getting their frustration out. I think some low rolls come from Sweden. I thought they were a lot more comfortable on this Hidden 2 than it had to offer. It's a lot more easier than that qualifier's Hidden 2, but I don't think that's their suit with all that flow and all those jumps. But Noma 4 instant pick from Poland. Excuse me, from Sweden. And this is going to be one of those maps. It's going to be that tech map. It's, well, those maps were, yeah, you got that slider attack, you got that little bit of streams, a little bit tapping to go through. 180 BPM, 3 minutes and 28 seconds of this is really, really consistent tech. So to be on top of this, and this is way easier than that Noma 4 from qualifiers. This is a map where, yeah, 5.6 star rating. I feel like if you look at this, you feel like, oh wow, it's a little bit of an easier map, but no, it's tech. It's still going to have that really, really awkward sliders to be able to go through. Still got the weird streams, a little flow in there. But do not let up on this Noma 4. 3 minutes and 20 seconds on a Noma 4 compared to the 1 minute and 46 seconds of that qualifier Noma 4 that we have. So you need a little bit more consistency on this. It's a little bit easier on the side since it is lower SR and a longer length. You're still going to have that consistency aspect in it.
Definitely. This is a map that has been definitely a lot more picked by higher seeded teams where their mechanical prowess is definitely wanted over just, you know, substandard consistency pick where they think that a lower seeded team could take an advantage on them. But yeah, a mechanical pick like this, it's gonna only be won by the best mechanical team, and Sweden think they are the best mechanical team out of them and Poland. But we'll see if Poland can put up a fight on this Nomad 4. This Nomad 4 is, as you said earlier, is as even if the SR is pretty low, the difficulty is not. It still maintains to be difficult while also not being a lot more difficult than the qualifiers one, since the qualifiers one was already pretty insane as it was.
I mean, if you want to compare both of these teams on the Nomad 4, Sweden with one of the top scores for Nomad 4 compared to Poland with a 20th place. I mean, that Nomad 4 from Sweden and 4th place, 1.7 million. So when you look at Sweden on here on paper, a lot more stronger, a lot more comfortable. And the 5.6 circle size, 5.6 star rating is not showing whatsoever. This is a map where, yeah, you got to be consistent. You got doubles. You have everything I've already been talking about. But the most important part is combo. Considering this is one of the longer maps in the pool, I think this is one of the longer maps in the pool, standing at 3 minutes and 28 seconds. So it's longer than most of the pool, except for that Hidden 1 and Nomad 2 in this pool. No breaks coming out from any huge combos. I mean, Declane having that first break and Sige, so that's going to be a really huge combo, going to be dropped. Breakpoint potential from Poland is going to be up for the grabs. And so Sweden need to find some combo here. It's still really close. You still have plenty of combo to go through, but that's a huge combo to drop. Bole is going to find really big combo to drop. That's going to be really big trades on the side of Poland. It's not going to be out of the woods yet for Sweden, but they still need to hold Mr. Niesel and Yuji need to have these combos to be able to hold through this halfway section. But if you're having these FCs from OPC and Artos on the side of Poland, but Poland has a really low accuracy FC on the side of Artos, so that's not going to be as dangerous as it is until we get to these last parts of the map.
Really tense situation right now for both teams. Both teams are just pretty much neck and neck right now with the combos and everything. They kind of have to just get a lucky break on one of the bigger combos from each other teams to have a chance, but it's looking really tense.
Yeah, I mean, these two FCs that are just being contained from the side of Poland, keeping them in the lead, it's bringing it back from its knees. My bad, excuse me. But yeah, the combos right now into the most intense section of this part, the most important key eye. Any combo drops here going to be really important for any of these teams. It looks like accuracy going to be well on the side of Sweden. That's pulling it over. But Bole finding a break. It's going to give lots of advantage towards the side of Poland. And no combo breaks huge, but Cordell, that's going to be a combo break that's going to give a little advantage to Sweden. But right as we get to this section, still low accuracy FC from Artos. And that's going to be a little bit dangerous because Eddie breaks right here. It gives so much advantage to Sweden, but nobody's breaking. No one's giving up. It's just Bole and Quartel to break right here. We end on the map. It's going to continue to be really close right now. It's by a whopping 20k difference right now. Everyone holds. Everyone stays strong. No breaks whatsoever, but that's a huge break that's gonna bring it over to the side of Poland. No one's there to trade it, and Poland, by the skin of their teeth, with a little bit of combo and a little bit of grace from Artos and OPC from Poland, they bring it back, and that's gonna be a Poland break point.
Oof, what a What an ending. What a literally no words right now. I'm truly speechless as not only Poland but also Sweden just were constantly just there, and it took one unlucky break from Sweden to just scale all the momentum over to Poland, and then another break to just solidify the point for Poland. First break point of the match. I probably gonna be one of many. I think they're just gonna start trading left, right, and center, getting their own pick, getting getting a break point. I think this is gonna be a really close match if we're gonna just begin like how we began with the Hidden Surrender Mod 4. You definitely look at the qualifier results and you say maybe Poland wasn't supposed to win this, but I don't know. I think the lower SR also favors them a lot more. It's a lot more comfortable for a lot of the players in their roster. Maybe not as maybe not the same can be said for Sweden, where the higher SR maybe favors them a lot more. So it also be a question of the star rating of the pool and how comfortable each player is on this star rating. But yeah, this point was definitely one on merit, as both teams absolutely destroy the map. As we move on to Fremont 2 question mark. I don't know. I don't think it's Fremont 2. I think
It is Fremont too.
okay, it is Fremont 2. Confirmation, it is Fremont 2. Oh, we'll continue with the trend of having more gimmicky picks compared to what Sweden is picking. We went from Hidden to Fremont 2 for Poland. Definitely not the same map, not the same type of map, but a lot more similar. Maybe trying to test out Sweden, see how they do on an anti-1 pick like this one, and also flex a little bit their muscles and just show off their full skill on a map like this. As the rosters pretty much remain mostly unchanged. I say mostly unchanged. Both 3D just hopped out of their slots, so maybe we'll see a change on the side of Team Poland. We do see Arthos 2002, so at least one change on on the roster for this Fremont. Definitely also interested in the mod combinations for this one. We have seen Easy on this before. I don't know if we're gonna see Easy on it now, but it's not off the table. It's not something impossible. I don't recall which players can play Easy and which cannot, so this is gonna be interesting.
I think with this being low SR, you can definitely see like the overmods come in. I feel like Quartel being that person being from the last year of Poland can overmod this. The Easy coming out from Toulouse. So that's gonna be something you can consider. I'm not sure if the multiplier is already calculated into the score.
It is. It is.
All
It
right.
is. The score at the bottom, considering it's we're using Tosu, it is automatically calculated, which is really nice for the viewer experience overall, as it's a lot easier to understand if a team has won the pick with Easy without having to stay and wait for the actual calculation for it. It's also nicer for the ref if they're watching the stream, so they can just look at the stream and see the actual overall score without having to calculate.
Yeah, easy multiplier around here is only 1.7, so it's gonna be like around maybe 800k max score for easy. I think maybe 900k or something like that. But this is gonna be a section where easy is not gonna be like the power taker. I think it's gonna be mainly your like hidden hard rock players and nomad players. I mean, you can already see it from the side of Poland. They're finding early breaks already, and the Streamot 2 already backfiring, but you're finding breaks from Svizza. So something like that could give it to the way of Poland, but you're having a break on the Nomad player of Declaimed. Bole is going to find a trade right there, and it's being really close, but you're finding more breaks if you're Poland, as they're going to drop on the little bit of the aim control section right there. Sige and UGE are going to find combo, going to find ways to be able to hold this. The Nomad from Sige is absolutely astonishing, and UGE finding a break right there, but Sige is absolutely destroying this Fremont too. No low rolls around here for him, as he's here to play 1/3 hit, and there was no combo on the side of Poland. A 250k difference in team score, but Sige is the 1/3 of the Sweden score right now.
It's that multiple 5WC experience from Sige showing off on that Nomad. Definitely, they knew why he was put. The most consistent player in the Sweden roster was put on Nomad, and it's definitely helping them a lot. Look at the score difference between the two teams right now. It's already like almost 400k, and I don't think it's gonna lower anytime soon. We're getting into the ending of this map. It's already over, done and dusted. Siege is still FCing, and most probably will end this map in FC, as every single other player is truly struggling for their life. $961k final count for Siege, as he does FC the Fremont 2 with no mod. Everyone else also really decent scores. The easy score was also around, it was 250 before multipliers. That would be like around 400-ish K. So more or less where every single other teammate also standard in this Fremont. It's just that Sige himself managed to absolutely destroy the averages of every single player by FCing the map. As we move on to Nomad 5 from Sweden.
I think this is a really good pick for Sweden right here. You're already like countering the gimmick that Poland wasn't able to go through. So right now, it's looking really favorable for Sweden. I mean, you drop 2 picks, but low rolls happen. It happens sometimes, but the persistency or the persistent mindset that you have to have, the perseverance that you have to have for these matches to dig deep at some points, because you're down 0-2 right now, but then you get that win on that Fremont 2, realizing weaknesses. You go for that Nomad 5 because the Nomad player on Poland didn't do as good as Sige's really comfortable huge score that he had.
Yeah, it's also important because it's their protect, so I assume Sweden is going to be really good on their protect, apart from, you know, the obvious big text that screams this is their pick. They know that this is their pick. They're good at this pick. So we'll see overall how Poland managed to fare on this. They're probably not too happy that this has been picked and protected in this case, because maybe they wouldn't have wanted this to be in the hands of Sweden, especially considering what we just saw on the Fremont 2 and what you mentioned about their Nomad player not being as comfortable as Sige was. So we'll see what happens as we're gonna get underway.
Unsure how this map is actually. I'm not the gimmick player in for my team, so I don't look at these. I think you can see some overlaps, possibly. It's 8.5 AR, so it's a little bit more forgiving instead of an AR8 map, but I think your star players for Sweden you're going to be looking at Sige, as well as, excuse me, I think it's declined with that Nomad from that free mod too. These are like the big players that you need to pay attention to. But currently, accuracies are going to be down. Not a lot of huge accuracies right now. I think the only huge accuracy you're seeing right now is from Declane. It's one of those maps. It's rhythm. A lot of rhythms, a lot of polyrhythms, a lot of awkward rhythms. It's gonna be the name of this game and the name of this map. You're not gonna see huge accuracies currently right now. Nothing is really above 91% and climbing. So combo right now is possibly what's gonna get you further into this map right here. But Mice is gonna find a break as well as trading it out as well as teammate Svizza. So that's really huge for Poland, as that is considerably really far into the map. We almost are halfway there, and it's really dangerous for Sweden right now, as this is their pick, and no FCs are being dropped from Poland right now. I mean, you have that FC drop from Quartal, but nothing from Sweden is really building. Ball 3D finds a drop, but 100k is comebackable.
It was definitely looking really bad for Sweden until that Ball 3D FC drop. There's now definitely a bit more like hope in it, but Quartal has pretty much what you could call a second-hand FC with that really good recovery that they have. I don't think it's enough for them to hold. The score lead is definitely still moving in the favor of Poland, and with that break from Mr. Ronnie, is definitely gonna stay that way, as now the combat advantage is so much in favor for Poland that they're just gonna run away with it as we get into the last quarter. Objami and Quartal no break, so this is really bad for Poland. The score lead is just gonna come back at Sweden in record time, as Declane is the only one with combo, and there's still two FCs on the side of Sweden.
Yeah, he's trying to push them away, but Sweden just gonna grab this right here. Chain misses from Svizza, but that's not the huge combo that you want to drop, and Sweden survived the onslaught from Poland. Poland put up a good fight over the endings of this map, but Sweden just able to hold combo, and there's 3 FCs on the board. Low accuracy as they are, but it doesn't matter. Combo game is the name of the game, and that's gonna be the FCs from Sige. A reverse choke from Yuge. Did he miss on the last note, or did he miss on the first note? What even happened there?
I think they missed on the literally last note, because I saw their name go red right as the score screens popped up, which was interesting. I was questioning if it was an actual miss or like just Bancho trolling. It was apparently it was a miss on the last 3 notes. I forgot the last 3. Okay, yeah, nope, yep, that makes a lot of sense. Yep. Urgochin just forgot there were 3 ending notes to the map, and they completely missed it. Up. Back to tied score we go. It's 2-2 even. Both teams winning 1 breakpoint now, so it's back to square one. We're back gonna see just either teams trading maps, or we're gonna even see more breakpoints. I don't know what we can see. We definitely have seen a lot of stuff right now, and it's definitely looking as close as it has ever looked, as both Poland and Sweden are definitely putting their all into this match. As right now, I can't tell you who has played better. Like, honestly, both teams have been performing so good, but Poland definitely want to also dab into their protect. So DT2 it is. We're going back to a more tapping heavy map, not rhythm as the Nomad 5 was, but more speed, more finger control-y, more standard tapping map.
And that's both of the protects in a row. So the 4th map being used as protect for Sweden, is the 5th map right now is using for DT2. Windtails, yeah, it's the finger control map. I feel like you are looking at this as a map where I think you will see some like loads of FCs in this map. The stats on this, I mean, 225 BPM, nothing so hard. 9.7 AR, readable for everyone in this map. The only high AR DT map is DT3, which is not going to be probably used until we get into the later stages of this match. But DT2, wonderful pick from Poland. I feel like this is going to favor them over Sweden, but that doesn't mean that the finger control in Sweden isn't bad. I mean, Poland favorably on paper is not favored on this DT2 than Sweden. If you look on qualifiers or just back at it, I mean, DT2 from Sweden just a little bit more stronger. I mean, you have like a 1.3 million on Sweden, but Poland also kind of screwed up a little bit on that DT2. Both of these players like 500k apart, below 2 million team score on the qualifiers. It looks like Sweden might be a little bit more favorable on this, but at the same time, it's all up to just low SR being the factor, because you just need to be consistent. Because that DT2 on qualifiers is just a lot more finger controlling, a lot more speedy, stamina draining. Add some finger control in that. So this DT2 compared to the qualifiers is a lot more different. You're possibly going to see way different aspects of this map just being played around. Yeah.
I had my mic muted and I was starting to commentate. Oops. I was telling how the qualifier stats definitely can say a lot, but we've seen it with the earlier maps that the qualifier stats can tell me only so much. But right now, Poland is struggling a bit.
I mean, Poland, yeah, they were unfavored over qualifier results, but compared to this map and compared to the one in qualifiers, it's way different. This is not as stamina draining as that DT2 that we had in qualifiers. A lot more burst, still a little bit stamina draining, but it's not as much, as Sweden still has 3 FCs on the board. Compared to the 3 on Poland, you have a little reverse combo from Svizza, but you need to build accuracy if you want to be able to FC this. A lot of low AC FCs from all these players, except for Quarrel with this really big combo right here, as well as the accuracy as well. So right now, any breaks right here could be the death of any team right here. The dev streams, the little bit of shake, UGE is going to find a break, as well as Tillen. That's going to be a break from Sweden. And Poland is staying strong. I mean, the only player with really good accuracy on the side of Poland is Quartal, as he's continuing to shred through this map right here. The FC is going to be intact. And as we arrive to the last seconds of this map, that's a beautiful team score from Poland, almost reaching 4 million. I just saw the number for a split second, but we don't see it anymore.
Unfortunate. What a team performance from Poland.
Yeah, I mean, using 3 squarums in my team is crazy to say.
Three squarums in my team, GG. That's one way to put it. Definitely, probably the strongest performance we've seen from a team this match, like by a lot. Even the Hidden 2 wasn't like that one-sided. It's definitely just pure. You can see why they protected it. You can definitely see why they protected it. You can definitely see why they were so adamant on protecting it. And moving now to Sweden's pick, HR2. This is the penultimate pick for Sweden. Next one being the last. We're really deep into this match, and score is pretty much dead even if they manage to grab themselves a point on this match as well. On this map, not match.
Hard Rock 2 is a lot more consistent than the Hard Rock 2 that we had, I think. It's still consistent as the Hard Rock 2 in qualifiers. There's things in this map that are a lot more changed in this Hard Rock 2 than the qualifiers. You have some burst instead of that Hard Rock 2 from System of a Down. A little bit more doable and a little bit more conventional, because that Hard Rock 2 from qualifiers, a lot of unconventional mapping, a lot of unconventional circles to hit. So this Hard Rock 2 a lot more easier to hit, a lot more linear, a lot more just comfortable, because it isn't as uncomfortable as that Hard Rock 2 that we've seen in the qualifiers. So this map being here, not a problem for Sweden. I think they're a lot more favored on precision as a whole. I think Sweden, for their stats, when they look at their Hard Rock 2, they did get 14th on the map, so that's going to be really helping them against 16th of Hard Rock 2 from Poland. But these scores are by a margin of 80k difference on qualifiers. So right now we don't have a huge like saying of who's really favored on this map. I think it just all comes down to who's really going to be able to combo, who's really going to be that star player on their own team to be able to hit these patterns. And there's just early combo breaks from Mr. Niso and Corto, but these breaks won't matter until we get into really far sections of the map. If you're looking at this map as a whole, 3 minutes of Hard Rock 2, the consistency needs to be intact. You got square jumps, you got really awkward angled flow jumps. These patterns really take combos of a lot of really big players sometimes. I mean, Sweden really right now has combo, as there's breaks from Poland that are just happening randomly. So Sweden in the driver's seat for this Hard Rock 2 is continuing to go through this.
This is not looking good for Sweden at all. All the combos on the side of Poland have aligned. Although Ardos and Quirtle do break, both 3D still holds the FC, and there goes Mr. Niesel, which was the only big combo on the side of Sweden. So both 3D is just gonna take the driving seat and is gonna drive away the score lead for Poland right now, as there's literally no combos on any other players in this lobby right now.
No combos on everybody.
Ball 3D does also break, so advantage goes back to Sweden because their total combo is a bit better than Poland now, considering that break from Ball 3D, but there's definitely still time for things to change. This early section of this map has been absolutely chaotic for both teams, as we've seen breaks left, right, and center. No FCs on this map at all from any of the players, and we're still seeing breaks from Ugachin, who has a really big, strong combo for Sweden. But even like other players from Poland, like Wardle, who have had multiple breaks so far, and Artos they've dropped another recovery. It's fully chaotic on this Hard Rock 2.
Unreachable for Poland, never mind. There's a 3-way break for Poland. Sweden has way better combo than they had in the beginning of this map. They proceeded to lock in their combos and lock in their aim. And it always looks scary in the beginning of these maps until you realize that the veterans just have better nerve control, and they realize that this map, it's not as hard as it is. You just need to calm down, just hit the circles a little bit more accurately. I mean, as you always do, but some of these just patterns are just a little bit of flow aim into this. I mean, you can see this section right here. Yeah, that's the reasons why these breaks come out of nowhere. And that's going to be a point for Sweden, as Bole and Sige are continuing to dominate as they scroll these combos throughout the end. I think Sige's about to reach 600k in score. But yeah, Sweden with this pick, a little scary in the beginning, but you do lock it in the very end to grab this point here.
See if finding a break right at the end, not managing to fully hold on into that recovery, as Bole definitely also was there with Siget to end up the map and on a high, even though it started on a low for both of these teams, as the consistency on this HR2 from both of them was pretty much really bad. But it started bad, it ended good for Sweden. Poland need to make this last pick count, as this is gonna find their final opportunity to grab themselves control over a point, or at least majority control, because after this they'll have that last Sweden pick, which will pretty much be at their mercy, and whatever they will want to pick, they will pick. So they have to think about this one, Poland.
As we're getting down to our last map picks from both teams, 2 map picks And low-key, I do not want to go to that tiebreaker.
You don't want to go to that tiebreaker, but
It's
that
10 minutes.
tiebreaker.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm
I know
not
it's
willing
10
to commentate for 10 minutes. It's gonna get into the point where nothing's gonna be close in that tiebreaker. It's just gonna be like someone holding combo for a while, and then it just splits apart, and it's gonna be like one-sided for like the entire map. It feels like that's the story of how that tiebreaker is gonna go.
I think no team wants to play tiebreaker, and I definitely know a couple players from Poland that definitely don't want to touch tiebreaker, not even with a stick, as Poland just picks DT1 and hope for the best.
It's AR10. It's not 10.3, so doable for both of these teams. You're not going into DT3 at all, so it's not out of the woods for Poland, because this pick, it's RNG again.
It's a bit RNG, but it's literally what they kind of signed up for by picking it. They have a little of wiggle room. They had a lot of other picks they could have gone for, but they decided for this one above anything else. They definitely know something. So yeah, this DT1 from Poland is a bit of a Hail Mary, maybe not going for what others would consider their a better pick for them in this map pool, especially considering the map they have. But DT1, they think DT1 is probably the best choice we have. We absolutely destroyed them on DT1. Why couldn't we do it on DT2? So going into DT1, they're going with high hopes for this one.
Yeah, it's DT1. I think it's one of those maps where nothing's really one-sided. If you can look at the like qualifier results in general, again, I mean, Sweden 2 million in team score and Poland 1.9 million in team score. So then again, it's comparable. Both of these teams very comparable on this map. It just depends who's willing to hold this combo. And Quartel, the veteran from the last year, is not having a really good day. I mean, just finding misses on random stuff is just unfortunate to see. But right now, that burst is going to take a lot of accuracy off a lot of people right now. Sweden still consisting of 3 FCs compared to the Poland's 3 FCs. Nothing too really devastating that is going to break anybody's combos. And Mr. Niesel is having a little bit of trouble with the accuracy as well. But Quartel with that break gives a little bit of leeway for Sweden to be able to try and bring this back. But as 3 FCs on Poland drops to 2, Kulubul is going to find a drop right there, and that's going to give Sweden all the time in the world for this advantage to keep on continuing for them as 3 FCs ride around the board, and that score lead is going to keep continually increase.
Poland don't look really good on this. They only have 2 FCs, and both of their recovery combos and one of their FCs just broke. It's like Kulubul and Quartel kind of need to step up a bit, or Sweden's gonna run away with it. That being said, Ugachin finally finds a break on one of the Sweden FCs. There's still 2 of them. Poland still needs a lot more, especially at least a break from another FC would definitely help them a bit. Ugachin finding another break, putting a little bit of a dent in the score lead. Not a lot though. The score lead is pretty much remains unmoved as the combos pretty much stay similar. Quartel finding a break, that is not gonna help Poland at all. Traded by Ugachin. Kiori drops to the FC though. That is huge.
And this is Poland's pick. It's looking really dangerous. That's a ball 3D drop. That's an FC gone. And Sweden, the FC still intact for Tillen and Sige. It's so comfortable for them. It's such a landslide win for them. 400,000 team score in the lead. It's nothing that Poland can do but just wait until the map ends. Continue to play, but you're definitely not winning this map. And finally, with a little bit of trade back and forth. We've seen the beginning of this match, Poland grabbing a break point over Sweden, but now Sweden is going to reverse that role and grab a break point over Poland. Amazing team score, upping that to 3 million. Really great stuff from Dylan and Seagate to be able to grab these FCs, and a little bit of supporting combo from Mr. Nizo and Yuge Chin. Just a wonderful stuff from Sweden right here, having those two FCs just to compare it to Poland. It's just lackluster performance. It's unfortunate Poland finds some breaks there. Unfortunate those happen, but it is what it is. Sweden, 3.2 million team score, and gonna be in the driver's seat as they have the next point. I mean, next match, and are on match point.
They have the position they want to be in right now. Sweden is, as I said before the DT1, Poland kind of hope for the best with that pick, so they can definitely not go all in Hail Mary and put Sweden in their best position where they can just pick a map and they absolutely dominate the rest of the match. Fortunately, this is the case now as they pick Nomad free, and it's Sweden with the advantage. They're on match point, and this is their last pick. You only expect the worst for Poland considering what Sweden is doing, but I cannot count Poland out yet. We can still go to that tiebreaker, as much as it's 10 minutes, as much as maybe people don't want to see it, and maybe players don't want to play it. It's gonna happen. So we'll see if Poland can manage to push themselves to tiebreaker, or if the Nomad free prowess of Sweden is gonna be too much for Poland and it's gonna be the end of the match. We'll see what happens. Right now we're waiting for both of the teams to be ready, and then we can get underway.
Yeah. There's no theory. Have we looked at stats yet? We haven't, but Nomad 3.
I think it's just Sweden. I honestly think it's just a big Sweden.
Yeah, I think this is a Sweden map. This is a huge diff. It's huge. By the fact that they beat out Poland by almost 30 spots in qualifiers. They get third on Nomad 3 behind Canada with 2 million team score. Incredible performance. I mean, if you look at this, I think Poland it's gonna be really difficult for them to win, because Sweden really favored them. I think they are guaranteed to win this point, but unless we see some heroics from Poland, you're definitely gonna see a Sweden win right here.
Well, for all the Poland supporters out there, pray for Poland right now, as this is probably their most difficult challenge yet. This map is definitely gonna catch people out, and the Klein is the first one to be catched out with that chain miss on that little zigzag alt pattern, as he definitely got caught out, as he didn't manage to hit it properly, and is starting off the map with a disadvantage pretty big. Polish dropping the FC is gonna help Poland a bit, but the drop in accuracy from Declan is gonna pretty much balance it up a bit. But the combo is moving the score lead towards Poland really slowly. Uguchin dropping another FC. This is gonna be huge for Poland. Poland now have a big advantage in combo, and the accuracy is not gonna matter anymore unless we see another break like that one from Artos, which is gonna balance things out, and another break from Artos is gonna put the score advantage now in the favor of Sweden, but just slightly, by barely any combo, to be fair.
You look at this on paper, Sweden heavily favored, but you have to consider low SR as well. I mean, the Nomad 3 that we just had in qualifier is a lot more difficult than this, a lot more flowy, a lot more snappy. This is mainly on the flowy side, but also the snaps do come in often. But with this map, I think being compared to Poland, Poland is still like contesting this. I mean, there's a break from Kyori. That's going to be pretty huge for Sweden to try and bring this back. You have 2 FCs to 1 and a reverse choke from Declane. So Bole is going to find a break right there, but 2 FCs compared to 1 and a reverse choke. Sweden still in it in the driver's seat, but it's 40k in advantage for Poland. I mean, excuse me, for Sweden. That Sige break is going to be detrimental to the victory of Poland, and Tiebreaker is literally on site right now. Mr. Niso needs to hold to be able to deny the potential of a tiebreaker, but the huge combo from OPC, that's gonna break. What does he miss on? What does Mr. Niso missed on? I'm not sure who has combo advantage in this section, but I think Poland has combo, way better combo, as Declane has a reverse choke in this section. Yes, and Artos with a recovery combo and a supporting combo in this. With these combos and the last sections of the map, for this to be able to bring it back to Sweden, it needs to turn over completely with huge breaks from Poland. And with that, oh my goodness, I can't believe it, but we're extending the stream by 20 minutes because Tiebreaker is guaranteed.
Holy crap, they've done it. Wait. Oh, I think it switched over because someone disconnected. I hope that's the case.
That is the case. They're just
I got scared for a moment because I just saw like the score massively flip, and it happened before as well. It's like I just hope it was a visual bug. It was a visual bug, thankfully. We're going to tiebreaker. This is probably the longest we're gonna have to wait. The most anticipated moment of a match is when a match reaches tiebreaker. Maybe not in the case for these players, as right now they have to sit for what is pretty much can only be described as a gauntlet of a map, as it's 10 minutes left is no joke, and it's definitely gonna be something.
I don't want to do it anymore.
Don't say it like that. No, don't say it like that.
That's not what I meant, but like, oh my god. Can't believe it. We're extending the stream for about 15 minutes, and I'm gonna be malnourished by the end of this.
What could have been a 1 hour match has turned into 1 hour and a half minimum. I think we're each time someone mentions tiebreaker, we're extending it by at least a quarter of an hour.
Yeah, I think it's like that. I think players that you're gonna be expecting are gonna be from Sweden. It's like something like Sige, Yugishin, Mr. Niso, maybe Tillen as well for the side of Sweden. On Poland, you're gonna definitely have Declane, Ball3D, and Quirtle. I think the fourth player could be just never mind. I think Ball3D is not going to be in there. You're going to see Mr. Diesel. I think this is a map where, yeah, you're having the 3 people from Sweden. I think the 4th player was interchangeable from Sweden, like being Tillen's, Fiza, and Bole. But then you also have just Poland just having just really weird players. I don't think you consider these players to be of the tiebreaker capacity. I mean, Ball3D I think is way more favored over Kyori, in my opinion, but you never know. Tiebreaker, it's 10 minutes. We're not gonna see anything for about like a minute until we see some huge breaks or we see some huge combos. So right now, you're just going to see this default map be played out. I mean, Yugi Shin is going to find the first break, but that's just really early. Nothing really going to tell until like maybe 1/10 of the map, until maybe like 1/3 of the map, 1/5 of the map, until we get into those really huge sections where combo is pretty big and like the nerves start to get into your head. 10 minutes, it's insane. The persistency, excuse me, the perseverance that you need for this map and the mental multitude or the mental like fortitude that you need for this map is just absolutely detrimental to the victory of this. There's 4 FCs on the board for Poland, and Sweden is going to drop 2 of them already. So Sige, Mr. Niesel needs to be able to hold this already. And right now, as I said, like, you see this map as, like, you won't see anything into these later sections because combos will be low, accuracies will be high, but we will not see any advantages until these later sections. But these combo jumps right now are really showing a story. And it is a 10-minute map, so 10k score feels like a 100k like score difference in the normal map.
This is what we did for the whole match until we got here. As we get into the little stream section of the tiebreaker.
What if I do push-ups right now? What if I do push-ups right now?
Oh my god, not again. I swear to god, you're the second or third commentator that just does push-up while commentating. Is this a thing? Is this like a trend? Am I missing something?
It's not even a trend, and it's like we gotta wait until this big combo drops. I mean, there's like a really like Bole has half of the FC, like his combo is half of the FCs right now. It's the nerves right now. I don't think it's gonna settle in until the halfway point. I think right now everyone's just chilling, but until we get to those breaks where you're definitely seeing score and like it shows the opponent's score, you're definitely gonna have the nerves kick in. You're definitely gonna have like, oh shoot, I need to hold or else we're gonna lose. And this is round of 32. You don't want to be down in loser's bracket already for round of 16. That's like the worst spot to be. The loser's bracket run from round of 16 is absolutely massive and also so hard. But OPC, that's a huge FC to go down, and that's already 1/4 through the map. So score cap potential on his side right now. And so with these 2 FCs from Sweden, and a reverse choke from Yugichin is gonna be really important right now, because this is gonna drag it over by a little bit. But as you see, what did he break on? What did Bole break on? What are these breaks coming from? There was advantage for the side of Sweden, but they just drop it right in front of their eyes. Little slippery slope that Sweden just slid down, and Yugichin is not going to be really happy with that miss after he realizes. And that's Slider Stream. It takes souls. This is one of the parts of the map that's going to take combos apart. And no FCs are on the side of Sweden. Poland holding strong on these Slider Streams. I'm not sure of these 1/3, but that's going to be so huge for Poland. A 21 seed versus a 12 seed. The upset is in the hands of Poland as they are reaching the second third of this map.
That champion blood is in them. They are still the same Poland we know, even though they're not as high seed as last year in qualifiers. There's definitely still that same fighting spirit in them, and they're showing it. As those 2 FCs are still holding, and they are really important right now, as there's literally no combos on the side of Sweden that can even match them. Not even all combined can match one of the FCs from Poland. That's how big and important these are. As we see another break on Opijami, but it's not gonna matter. Those 2 FCs are still holding, and that's what's gonna matter. We see a full wave break from absolutely every single one. Oh, this is, I don't know if it's better or worse. Considering the fact there's not a lot of combo left.
There's no combo. I mean, like, yeah, what do you mean there's no combo on the board right now, but there's loads of combos that still go around for this last half of the map. But this is a 10-minute map. We've basically gone through 5 minutes of it. It's 100k in advantage for Poland. This is considered basically a 1 million team score in a normal map, or something like 500k team score in a normal map. So if you're looking at this, combo multipliers are as small as heck. Sweden doesn't have any combo. They're comparable to Poland, so they're moving up at the same pace as Poland right now. So Sweden, in the worst spot imaginable, with no combo comparable to Poland, they're in the depths right now.
This is probably as accurate as it can be to speed of snail combo scaling right now. So sad they're not playing this tiebreaker right now. Definitely would have made the joke a lot funnier, but and all that happening, Cordon finding a break, that is gonna impact this score, the combo advantage a bit, but it's not gonna be noticeable right now. It's not gonna be noticeable at all. The score lead is gonna move so slowly in favor of Sweden. But Bole
What?
also finding a trade right, like huh? I'm so confused.
What are you?
I'm like actually, I'm actually so confused. What happened?
You can see a bit of shake from him. I think the nerves are getting to his tapping hand now. Not just the aiming hand, but also the tapping hand. He's putting an underwhelming performance for Sweden. I mean, you consider like, yeah, you're definitely gonna see Siege, you definitely see Yugi Chin and Mr. Nizel for this, but Bole for the tiebreaker is a little bit concerning. The combo is not there, but you have 3 forces pushing against 3 with these combos right now. We're gonna reach the point where we have 1k combos, and that's where the combos become dangerous. But right now, if Poland doesn't find any breaks, that's a three-way break with with combo dropping to combo. But there's no supporting combo from Sweden, as there's 2 forces now pushing against 3, as Poland right now 3 really good combos right now, as Sweden just really trying to struggle for combo. I mean, the veteran Sige is trying to find something here, but the slider streams that just keep popping up destroy people's combos. It's not something that is really conventional for this type of map. You consider that this map is really just linear on how it is, but then you have these surprise map patterns with these really weird 3 burst slider streams, and these slider streams that become 1/3 for some reason. OPC Jammy, that's a huge break, so it's gonna considerably have a little bit advantage towards the side of Sweden. But now, as we have a quarter left of this map to go, a little bit more than a quarter, the combos on Sweden can become dangerous if Poland decides to find any more breaks. But Bole, the nerves settling in. He needs to rely on his teammates currently to be able to push this match into victory for them. But breaks, the most important breaks, are going to come from Kiori, Sige, and Mr. Nizel. But now into the more space section, where the bursts become a little bit more space, and OPC Jammy is gonna find a break right there, but that's not the huge combo that needs to break. Sige, Mr. Nizel, Declan, Kiori, those are the huge combos that you need to be paying attention to.
The shake on all
is
them.
130k right now.
They're all shaking. I swear I looked at least like a couple players and I saw all of them shaking. The nerves on every single one must be through the roof, as this slow part only seems eerie to all of them, as their situation right now is dire. Sweden right now just on the back foot, not looking good. They're probably so desperate for a break from any of the players from Poland, especially any of the 2 big combos on it from Kiori and Declan. But even a break from Quirtle would help them slightly, not by a lot, but will definitely at least give them a bit of hope, as there's just not a lot of it right now left for Sweden. All this slow section hasn't caught a Poland player out like throughout the whole, but Declan breaks! Declan breaks one of the big combos, and now is the time for Sweden to catch up. If there was ever a time, this is the moment they need to lock in. Ball, it breaks. Declan finding another break right after his. It's only Kiori with the big combo for Poland. It's enough to maintain the lead for them for the moment. It's all in his hands right now, as he's the only one standing for Poland. Mr. Nizel and CJ are chasing down his tail, and Kiori breaks. CJ trades him instantly, so it's only Mr. Nizel and Hugichin. It's gonna be a sprint down to the finish line. Poland tripped in the last 10 meters. Is it gonna be a detrimental trip for Poland, or is it just gonna be enough for them to finish off winning? It's getting really close. It's counting down. Mr. Nizel is still holding 2,000 and a bit combo that is just barely catching Poland. Everyone from Team Poland is finding breaks left, right, and centered. Portal finding on another break. Mr. Nizel is still holding. Kiori finding another break, is coming down even closer. Sweden, it's getting so close. It's probably gonna switch over in the last moment. Mr. Nizel is still holding, but it's a break, and that's pretty much over. It's only Hugichin.
It's spin to win. It's spin to win right now. It's by 4K.
Oh
that is the closest had a tiebreaker have ever been. If Mr. Nizel just hold that last stream section, the very last stream section, that would have been the win for Sweden. The nerves getting into his hands, and Poland, the upset, winning 3K over Sweden. They're gonna move on to round of 16 winners bracket, and Sweden needs to go through the grueler of the losers bracket.
absolutely insane. Probably like absolute cinema ending to this. I don't think there's gonna be any words to describe what we've just seen in the last 2 minutes of this map, or this 2 minutes of this 10-minute gauntlet of a map have been definitely been the most chaotic. I'm shaking and I haven't been playing. This has been so intense. This is definitely what this is 5WC. This is what we've signed up for. This is what everybody has this is what everybody wants to see on a tiebreaker. Tension, drama, absolutely everything. And Poland is the winner this time of this little cinema, absolute cinema moment. But Sweden was almost caught them in the last hurdle. But oof, what a match! Just wow, I have no words. Oh, what? I literally have no words.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wrap this up pretty quickly. We got another match going on. Germany versus Argentina. Going to be right after this. We're gonna stop the stream, but start it right back up again. We appreciate all of you lovely people for coming, watching out. Thank you so much for watching. My name is XCXD. And do you have anything else to say, B?
Oof. Keep staying here for 5WC. We're gonna have more matches like this one. Absolute bangers every single time, every single week until the end of the tournament. So stay tuned for more and stay tuned for the next match just in a bit.
See you guys later. Have a great day.